Hey YouTube, Sig 220 Euro here. An update. Been a few days. Today's what, June 13th, I think it is, Saturday. So this is about week 3 for coming up on week 3 on Monday for my first part of my Mittleider in. Here's a little bit of my tomato plants. You can see I've got most of the strings up. Had an issue here though where my board broke off. I've kind of got run off early that day because of the weather, lightning and stuff, and I only had one screw in it, and with the weather and everything this week, the one screw broke off. So I've got to get that put back on, get it tightened up, be good to go. You can see tomato plants are looking pretty nice. You know, some of them are still kind of lagging a little bit. I did give them their feeding this morning here, kind of watered in. Give them some more water. You can see the fertilizer there. Pepper plants, I'm not too sure. They just don't seem to be doing a whole lot. I don't know. Maybe they just grow slower, or maybe they're not getting enough sun. I think I'm going to maybe try to come out here and trim some of this out. But I also see something. I'm guessing maybe my rabbit is nibbling on at least this pepper plant here. Onions, again, not real impressive. This week I was going back through looking at a few of LDS Prepper's videos, and he had a couple on onions where he just had these massive looking things, but I noticed on a lot of his, the tips of them were cut off. So I'm thinking here later on I might do that, take my pruning shears I have and just kind of snip all the tips on these. I'm not sure if that's to kind of help kick them off or what, because the tips on a lot of these, they do look kind of gross and kind of dead, so maybe by trimming those off it'll help, I'm hoping. My bunny rabbit is still at it. He's got this one really chewed off. I'm hoping these two will come back. For whatever reason, he's left these two alone, knock on wood. Oh, I take that back. He's been in here doing some pruning, so I gotta take care of that. This was a sucker that I had last week off of the I think it was off the San Marino, like plum style. It's not looking overly healthy, but I think my watering crew failed to water it this week because they had a little bit of rain, but I think it was more just enough to wet the dust and they didn't come out and water. But the tomatoes, you can see here, I've kind of got everything strung up. Starting to get quite a few little tomatoes on there. These ones are looking real nice. Last week I was afraid that the one was getting some black spot, but I think, not sure, that might be from the flower or just the way it grows. But my biggest concern is this small twine, if it's going to end up strangling the stalk and cutting into it, because the 110 was the only thing I could find. So one thing I don't think I showed you was last week I started getting in some of my, let's see, down here in the end there's eggplants, then I believe those are some cucumbers, I mean different kinds of yellows. The only thing I realized last week when I was planting some of the squash that we have, we thought were yellow squash. They turned out they're something like, I think they're called sunburst squash. So when you look at them, they're more kind of like a little flattened out pumpkin that's bright yellow. So not sure we're gonna go with that. The rest of these I think are all zucchini. These last two were some from my seedlings I started, but with that catastrophe I kind of lost track of what was what. So I'm not sure if those are yellow squash, if those are zucchini, or what just exactly they are. That's on the agenda here this afternoon, is to get those fixed. I just stopped in at the hardware store, got some eye bolts I'm going to try to use and do like an updated video I saw from LDS Prepper instead of using the eye bolts. I think this is working fairly well, but you know, those things are pretty costly. I think the eye bolts I got today were like $2.50. I think those things were each like $6, $7. So anyways, we'll see here. Hey, I forgot, wanted to bring you over here and show you the potatoes that are like going crazy. Last week they were just like up a few inches, and now you can see they're shooting way up. I got some out of sawdust, unfortunately, so I've got some sand and a bale of mulch, and gonna try to mix that up, use that to hill these things up and roll the bags up. So I'm not sure how far I can fill them, being some of these ones are relatively still short, but I don't want these ones to get too long before I start doing something. So gonna work on that. And then looks like I don't know if this is a raspberry, I'm guessing maybe, being that's what else is around here, but it looks like a volunteer raspberry bush kind of growing up here. So you can see I need to do some serious weed eating, trimming and stuff around here, but I've been busy with the garden. But gonna try to maybe train that over here to the fence and see if we can get some raspberries off of it. The ones over here are doing really well. Same thing, I want to try to get over here, and they're kind of growing on the other side, but I want to try to get those trained up a little bit before it's too late. It might be too late already, but it looks like they're going to have quite a few on here. But I want to try to get some of the weeds and stuff that are underneath them cut out and give them a feeding of the Mittleider weekly mix, and see if that does anything for